Hello guys, how you all doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are just joining me, my name is Prince Tangod, and this is a segment of my YouTube channel called Trade Idea, where I come on every week to analyze the market, to show you the transparency of what I am doing, both the trade that hit my stop loss, take profit, break even. I want you guys to understand that trading is not a scam. That's why I always come here to show you people my previous analysis, to tell you people what is going to happen, whether it played out or it did not play out. So guys, I hope you all have a trading week. And I want you people to know that all our analysis that we did previously has played out, except for one pair. Only God knows what's happening with that pair. But I'm going to take you guys through on the trade that I took based on our previous analysis. Last week was very somehow. When they drop the news, they drop and markets start acting funny. If you are a forex trader, you need to know that there was a news that they dropped on Wednesday. So without wasting much of your time, let me take you guys through on our previous analysis and the one that played out. Now we are starting with the dollar index. Previously, I told you guys that on the dollar index that I was 60% bearish, and everything I said happened on the dollar index. Last week the dollar was trading around this area. I will still zoom in for you guys. So dollar was trading around this area. It was above this minor bar here, and I told you guys that if the dollar sustained this minor bar and push to this major zone here and retest on it, that it will be bully. But based on what I am seeing, if it broke it, that means we'll continue to the downside. Then I scaled lower to 4 hours time frame, and I told you guys that I was seeing so many rejection around this area, and this trend line was somewhere here. If you check my previous video, and the market was trading around this area, and I told you guys that I am bearish, 60% bearish on the dollar index. And guys, just see what happened. The market broke, retest back, do some consolidation. After the huge consolidation, you see that drop, this massive drop. This drop happened on Wednesday. If you're a forex trader, you know what I'm saying. There was a news on Wednesday when Trump was speaking. So it really affected the forex market. It makes it look like your whole analysis you are just wrong. You just mess up so many analyses. Oh, Wednesday was very I can't even tell what happened on Wednesday. I didn't know that there was that much news. So immediately I just come to my system. I was just seeing candles, things happening so fast. So guys, this is it on the dollar index. We are still bearish on the dollar index. So I'm looking forward for this market to still come back to this level. Then we can continue to the downside. The market might want to test this level again before we still drop again. So I'm still bearish on the dollar index until they tell me otherwise. Then moving forward to USD JPY. Guys, see, this was one of my analysis last week. I told you guys that if we can break out from this small support level and retest back to it, just wait for a W pattern to form. Guys, this is just what I said. This is just see what happened. Even the news even help us to form that pattern. And I told you guys how I normally enter after a liquidity grab. This was the news that grab all this liquidity that was up here before the drop. Guys, see this drop. This drop was very massive. It was massive drop. So comment down if you enter this trade. Just comment down below if you know that you entered this USD JPY that I analyzed last week that I was bearish on. I told you guys how to enter everything I told you guys, it is how it happened. I told you to wait for an M pattern. You guys know how I normally trade. Wait for an M pattern. See that M pattern with a liquidity grab, then comes the massive drop. See, massive drop. And here was my final take profit, this level. So comment down below if you took this trade. Just let me know. It will help me. It will motivate me to still looking out for more trade for you guys. So guys, in a nutshell, my trade on USD played out as planned. Though I didn't enter this market, the one that I entered was on on CADJPY. That was where I traded last week. I traded CADJPY and EURCHF. That was the two trade. I couldn't take this trade because I don't want to risking or exposing more for my account. I like to take a minimum of 2 pairs or only 1 pair. But I know that some of you took it. So let's go down to CADJPY. Guys, this was the trade that made me to recover my losses that I lost this week. I lost a trade this week, and I even lost a trade on the CADJPY. So this was my second entry. The first entry hit my stop loss, so I have to re-enter again. My re-entry doesn't mean that I am revenge trade. No, I have to wait for my setup again. I have to wait to see another setup so I can enter the market. Guys, let me show you my first entry. I just want to be transparent to you guys. My first entry, I entered my first entry on, let me just remove, or let me just leave it. So you guys see. I entered, my first entry was around this area on a 1 hour time frame. Let me just remove this one so you guys will see what I'm talking about. So guys, this is where I entered my market on a lower time frame, 1 hour time frame. I was seeing this rejection here, and all of a sudden I saw this huge liquidity grab up here where it wasn't that much, but I just have to hop in the trade because I analyze that if you can go scale down to a lower time frame, you can enter the market. So immediately I entered the market started to drop. And you know, as a forex trader now, when the market starts to go your way, you'll be so happy. This was where my stop loss was, maybe above this side, yeah, above, and I was so happy. I was so happy that the market is dropping, and this was my first level target. So I was so happy the market dropped. Let me check how many pips it dropped. It dropped almost 62 pips. That's more than 1:1. It was more than, and I was just happy. I was just holding it, and I was doing all that thing, very happy that my analysis was going. All of a sudden, Wednesday, I came back to my chart and I saw this huge spike here, and I was what is happening? There was not any fear on Wednesday now, so what is really happening? Then I went to my news analysis. I went to go analyze the news. I went to an app called Forest Factory. Then I spotted that Trump was speaking that particular day. God, it was so heartbreaking. My trade on CADJPY hit stop loss on Wednesday. God, I was so down. But nevertheless, losses is part of the game. I was just watching the market, watching it closely, seeing how the market is reacting, and I saw that the market came to run a very big liquidity grab. This news, even if you put anywhere you put your stop loss, this candle came and take everyone out. And I just look at it and say, wait, yeah, I know that I lost this trade, and I'm not trying to do a revenge trade. This is normally how I trade. I always trade anytime I saw any liquidity grab, because the next thing is that the market will start going down. So I waited for this candle to close. I scaled down to a 4 hours time frame, and I just waiting patiently, and the 4 hour candle closes. and I look at it, my setup is still valid. There is nothing wrong with it, just the liquidity runs. So I have to re-enter the market again. I re-entered around this area for the second time. I enter, you guys saw it, I enter around this area, then my stop loss above the wick of the candle, then my take profit, I was holding it, my take profit to this extent, but I closed at this green bar here. I will just take you guys on why I closed there. So when I entered the market, immediately I entered it that same day. When is it? That was around maybe after 11 or something, because I was just watching the market and just seeing how it's behaving. The market closed, and immediately I entered it, then the market started to drop. It started to drop very, very massive. Drop. Then on Thursday, it started to consolidate again. The market began to consolidate on Thursday. So all this consolidation was on Thursday, and I was wondering if the market is going to go back, but yet I didn't do anything, because my setup told me that the market move from zone to zone. If the market want to retrace back, it must hit either one of these zone that is down here. Either it come for a 100% retracement, or it come to this zone that are lower before it retraces back. So I have much confidence on what I'm doing. I didn't panic because I have think everything I need to think outside the trade before I enter the trade. So whenever you are on a trade, you don't need to think any other thing. Just allow your trade to play out. And as you guys may have it, the trade started to drop on Friday. Just started to drop massively, and I was seeing this level here. Like, do you see this level? And then I went to my daily time frame and I was seeing this level, and my mind told me that the market might, because it is on Friday, market tend to move slowly on Friday, so you don't need to hold it that long. And I was seeing it, and it was close to my take profit. Yeah, so just some pips away to my take profit. And this trade was a 1:3. I told you guys that more than 1:3 self. So I look all of my analysis, everything that I have planned to enter have worked out. I plan to my risk to reward ratio was 1:3, and the trade has hit more than 1:3, so I have to close down here. Guys, as you all may know, immediately I closed this market, there was this massive retracement. It's just like the Holy Spirit just tell me, just close on this trade, close it. And this particular trade made me to recover from all my losses. I recovered from all of them, and I was in profit. That's what I always tell you guys. Your risk management is what is going to help you, if not to save you on a rainy day. So my risk management was intact. This trade hit 1:3, and I lost. Remember, I lost 2 trades. I will take you guys to the other trade that I lost. I lost 2 trades. One was on CADJPY and other trade. Then I entered the CADJPY because I don't want to risk too much on my account. And this CADJPY now brought me out of my losses and even put me in some profit, because my risk management was intact. Guys, whatever you are doing, what matters in this market is not whether you are right or you are wrong. What matters is how much you made when you are right and how much you lose when you are wrong. And always remember to protect your capital. In this game, the only way that you can win is patient, don't be greedy, and risk management. If you combine these 3 things, I don't care about your setup, I don't care your analysis, how you are doing it. If you have these 3 things intact, you'll see come out profitable at the end of the day. So guys, let's move on to the next one. So let me check whether there is anything else. I don't know whether the market will still retrace back. I will still keep my eyes on the CADJPY, whether I will see any chart pattern around this area. And if I see any chart pattern, the chart pattern I always look out for the M or W pattern. So from here, I'm looking out for a M pattern that will signal that it want to drop again. Maybe if it start to drop now, it will now come back to this 100% retracement. Guys, at this 100%, I want you guys to just take out, if not maybe 50%, 70% of your profit. Then from here we will know what the market tend to do. Then my next trade was on EURCHF. Guy, this trade was acting like an evil spirit. I don't know whether my village people just enter this market. I don't know what's happening on this EURCHF. Guys, I entered this market around this area. I told you guys now analyze it how we are going to enter it, that it should wait for a break and a retest. But on this retest, the retest, it retests so deep, even touched to this support level here. So I was happy that the retest was so deep. So the push is going to be it's going to pump very well. So guys, at the close of this 4-hour candle, that's when I entered for a long. I enter for a long around this area, and my stop loss, guys, my stop loss was below this level. You can see, and my final take profit was here. This was 1:3 trade. This was my final take profit, guys. My final take profit. What happened in this market? This market just broke my heart. This, God, I wanted to cry, but it is what it is. I can't change what happened. So the market was all moving well, moving. I was so happy. It was just pumping. And when I was seeing it pumping, I just closed my system. I just went to do other thing. I was happy. CADJPY, EURCHF, they are all going on, as predicted and everything. All of a sudden, that same news on Wednesday, I was watching this market. The market was around this area, and I was saying, this news will just make it to hit. And within some seconds, guys, do you see news? News will make you look as if you don't know how to trade, guy. You don't know how to trade. Like, I was like, what the fuck? The market came close to my TP, and I didn't close. I was just waiting for it to just hit because the volatility was very, very high. The news was moving, the market was moving, it was high. I was like, wow, this one is going to hit my tip. I'm just going to make this money, just take it. All of a sudden, the market dropped. And guys, I didn't even put any break even on this market. I have to close it manually. So I closed this. It didn't hit my stop loss, because I now start to seeing a change of character and everything, both changing of trend, changing of everything. I now know that this market don't want to head anymore up, doesn't want to head up anymore. So I have to close it manually. So I closed some losses on this one, and CADJPY hit my stop loss, and I entered. Then it hit my take profit of 1:3, here about more than 1:3. So guys, this is it on the EURCHF. I don't have any analysis now on the EURCHF. Guys, don't worry, I have very, very juicy setup for you guys. When I dropped my last video, someone asked me for a gold analysis, that I should analyze on gold, and I promised to do that on this my next video here. This video, I promised that I'm going to analyze gold. So at the time, gold was trading around this area, and if you check my previous video, I told you guys that I will be interested in trading gold when gold hit this level. But gold hit the level, broke below the level. So I'm still watching. If gold wants to continue lower, we'll have to come back to this level. We have to test this level and form a chart pattern, so we can start heading lower. Or if gold is still bullish, let me show you guys. If gold is still bearish, we'll have to do something like this from here. We'll move back to this zone, do something like this. You guys know, then we will drop. But if gold want to continue higher, because there's something I still spot, there is a trend line. So guys, pay very, very attention, because gold is very, very volatile, so you have to be careful when you are trading gold, so you have to take every precaution before you enter this market. Now guys, see the first touch, the second touch, and this is the third touch of the trend line. And on that third touch of the trend line, there is this minor zone. So I want you guys to be very careful when you are trading in that this range, this zone that gold has touched. And there is this law in the in price action that the third touch of the trend line always does the trick. I'll be only interested in trading gold if we can break out of this level. See this level? Because we might reach this level and we might see go down. So I'm still keeping everything in check. My concern is this trend line and this zone that is here. So gold might want to rally all the way to the upside, but before that happen, before I enter the gold trade, this is the all-time high of gold. Gold just dey go up, just going up. But I will join this uptrend if it wants to continue going up. I will join it. So guys, before I will enter this market has to clear this bar that is here. You have to clear it so that I will be sure that there is nothing holding the market again to go lower, that it just want to go higher. So guys, watch out for this thing. You have to pay very attention. If it wants to go lower, it has to reach here and give us a chart pattern, bearish chart pattern, M pattern. That's a bearish chart pattern, or you call it double top, anyone you want to call it. You have to wait for it and see for a liquidity grab. Watch out for a liquidity grab before we can able to enter it. Then the next one, now that the dollar index is trending, I also want to know what's happening with this Australian dollar, AUDUSD. So I was just analyzing on this pair, just check if you can see any analysis, if you can catch any trend here. Let me go to monthly time frame. Guys, if you check on my previous video, when I analyzed this AUDUSD, I told you guys that I was short. I'm bearish on this pair, but at that point the pair was not, it was acting funny. The direction wasn't, I know the direction, but the setup was not that clear to me. That's why I just leave AUDUSD alone. All the whole dollar index, all the whole dollar pairs, I just leave it alone because the direction is clear but the setup is not clear. So guys, you can see this is the weekly time frame. The market is just consolidating. After all this consolidation, it broke out. As it broke out, I'm looking for a retest. Guys, just look for a retest. Just broke out. Wait for a retest around this area before it will not drop. Just wait for a retest. So if you scale down to a lower time frame like 1 hour, let's go to 1 hour to refine our interest. Let's go to 1 hour to refine our interest. Guys, to trade this market is so simple, very simple. Just go and learn price action. Price action is the key. It's just a simple thing. You don't need to stress yourself. They say that the trend is your friend. When you see a trending market, just follow the trend. Always wait for a pullback on a trending market. Pullback, boom, it goes your way. Pullback, you enter. Pullback, you enter. Pullback, you enter. This is how I used to trade on a trending market. So guys, you have to wait for a market to come back to this level. It's going to be like the market come back to this level and play around this level, because this huge spike bearish candle, it must come back and play. Maybe it might touch this level here. Maybe it might touch this level whenever it want to retest. So you don't have to rush on this. They just allow it to play, to do its thing, but immediately show you that chart pattern and liquidity grab, just hop in. So I'm still going to look at on this trade next week. I'm still going to watch it. So the next one is EURUSD. Guys, now AUDUSD is telling me that it's still going down, and EURUSD is just telling me that it still want to continue higher. That is problem. But well, I only trade what I see. That will only trade what you see, not what you had, or not what you feel, but what you see. So as what I'm seeing here, and I'm still seeing that Euro USD is still bearish. Maybe it want to touch this level before it starts going down. So guys, we scale down to a lower time frame. Maybe just you are just going to scalp this one. You aren't going to hold it for that long because we are close to the higher time frame zone. Just wait for the Monday to open, wait for a chart pattern here, or you can use a scalping strategy. Me, I will wait. I might not take this trade, I might take it. So I don't normally trade that are so very confused, but this one is not that much confusing. Just scale down to maybe 15 minutes time frame to just look out for a chart pattern. So you can see there is a zone here the market is respecting so much on 15 minutes time frame. Maybe you will just have to wait for a 15-minute candle to break above, then you will enter. Remember, you are not going to hold this market for long. Remember, maybe it's put your, then aim for this high. Don't aim for this zone, aim for this high, because this just 1:3. Aim for that high, then you can take your profit there. If I see a clear entry, I might hop into this trade during the week. So guys, Euro USD is still bearish until it says otherwise. The dollar index is still bearish. Euro USD is still bearish. Then the next one I have on my list is NZD. NZD, and it has been long that I analyzed NZD, but it's like I analyzed this pair. The time that I was still analyzing it, it broke out from this level. I don't want this market and this trade idea to be that long, but as you guys can see, I always like a market that is so clear to me to break this level, but the setup wasn't that clear to me. I will have all this consolidation when you think that you want to drop, but all I know that it's going to end up at this level. When it comes to this level, it was dropping all of a sudden. So I wasn't that interested in trading it, so I just leave it alone. But now I'm just watching it. If I want to trade this market now, I have to wait for it to break out from this level, retest back, or break above. So it's still ranging. Just leave it alone, it's still ranging, guys. So that is it for today's one. Let me just do a quick recap on the trade that we are going to take. First is on gold. You guys know what I told you guys on gold. Now just wait for it. If you want to trade, for me, I don't know for you, but I will prefer to allow it to clear this level, or if you want to continue lower, give us a chart pattern around this area. For AUDUSD, for us to trade AUDUSD have to come back to this level again, give us a chart pattern before we can trade it. Just have to come back to this level with a chart pattern, or it might, let me just use a Fibonacci. So let's just check. See this level, the market might want to come and touch this level, so I will have to wait patiently. Then on Euro USD, it's still bearish. Just wait for a bullish confirmation on a 1 hour time frame or 15 minutes time frame. Bullish, very big bullish engulfing candle, then you enter it. So on NZD USD, we'll still leave it, is still ranging. So guys, this is it for today. If you're enjoying my trade idea, if you know that I'm giving you more knowledge and my analysis is so clear, please guys, I want you to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment below the pair that you want me to help you guys to analyze on my next trader video. Thanks.